started bike riding, I paid no attention to how much air I should put inside my tires. I just touched the tire, and then when it was hard,
it'll do,
I was ready to go. So, oh my gosh, did I just make a sex reference? What woke me up was the noise coming from the front tire. I thought this wasn't good, but I just kept pedaling, and within seconds I was riding on just the metal rim of the wheel, and I was just too embarrassed to stop and ask for help. So I pushed the bike back to the car, and it felt really pretty stupid. After that, I went to my local bike shop to learn how to change a bicycle tire. I really had no idea that there was a tube inside the wheel, and it either had a Presta or a Schrader valve, and there are PSI numbers to follow in order to pump a tire. So what's all that about? What I learned, keeping the proper tire pressure in your tires lets your bike roll smoothly.
It can help you prevent from getting a flat tire or blowing it up.
There are recommended tire pressure numbers to use as a reference. There are written numbers on the tire sidewall. Those numbers are really hard to see on the tire sidewall. I don't know why they do that, because it's such an important part of inflating a tire. So how do those numbers match up with the air pump? The tire roll states that it's 65 to 110 PSI. So that correlates to how much air you can pump your tire. Today we're going to be using the Spinardi Sandy 2000 tire inflator. I don't know if it's Italian, but I made it sound Italian. And we're going to be using it on our bikes. There are two kind of valves on the tubes that go within the wheel of the bike. There's a Presta, and that's found on most bikes, and a Schrader, and those are like your car tires. This pump has a Schrader and a Presta valve adapter for both kind of bikes. On my Brompton, it is a Schrader valve, and this particular tire inflator has the standard Schrader valve, and there's no attachments needed. I'm going to put the tire chuck on the valve, press it, and then lock it. So I like my range is about 70 PSI for my bike. With this particular pump, you can set the PSI number to the exact number that you want, hit the button, and it will automatically inflate to that desired number. See, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to touch it. It just automatically goes to 70 PSI, which I think is great. Wow. Once you've inflated it to the desired PSI number, take the tire chuck off the valve, and usually it comes with a cap. I have some funky caps, and you should be ready to go. My other bike has a Presta valve. For this particular tire inflator, first take the cap off of the valve. So the Presta, you'll need to open up the valve before you attach the pump. You screw the adapter on top of the valve first. Then you take your tire chuck, push it on top, and lock it. Okay, preset at 55, and we hit the button. Alright, very good. So we'll unlock the tire chuck, unscrew the adapter from the valve, screw the valve back in, and put the cap back on, and you're ready to go. Woohoo. Using this tire inflator with the Presta is another couple of steps, but it seems like a good pump. All right, so we are good. We're going to shut that off. Always be mindful of your tire wall PSI and correlate the numbers on your tire inflator. If I pump it over this number, will my tire blow up?
It could.
So never go beyond the manufacturer's recommended pressure, PSI number. Why is there a big range of numbers and different tire sizes, and your weight will determine more or less the amount of air you put in your tire. Is putting more air and using a higher PSI number better? So when I first got my bike, it was inflated to the highest number, and I chose a gravel path, and I could feel all those bumps as I was riding, and I really didn't like it, so I released some of the air out of my tire, and then it became a more enjoyable ride for me.
I like higher pressure on my road bike because it makes for a much smoother and faster ride.
How often should you pump your bike? Your bike tire loses air naturally. It could take 2 days, 2 weeks to deflate naturally. So it just depends on what kind of tires you have.
So we were given the Spinarchy Sandy 2000 air inflator, and it holds a charge continuously for 40 minutes. You can use it for your bike tires, even your car tires. So they are a sponsor of this video today. This is a cool little tire inflator, and we approve. We will post a link below about this tire inflator. Hope to see